We're approaching Benson Pass, which is not a huge pass. In Yosemite, most of the trail involves going down to river canyons instead of passes, but we're on our way nonetheless. Benson Pass. Good morning. So we just went over Benson Pass, continuing to head north. I actually haven't looked at the map today to see what our destination is or what's ahead of us. We're just walking for a while. I do know there's a really good swimming lake up here in like a mile, but 6:30 in the morning. Little too cold for swimming, sadly. But there will be others. The wildfire smoke that we saw and smelled yesterday seems to have largely dissipated. Up on the pass, I could still see streaks of it on the horizon, so it's around, but the wind seems to have carried it away from us for the moment, which is great. So it's been a bit of a struggle to get sufficient sleep. I've been mostly getting 8 to 8.5 hours a night. I probably should be getting more than that, but you just have to walk all day long, and that doesn't leave a lot of luxury time for sleeping. But did get 8.5 last night, and I was sleeping so hard this morning that I slept through my alarm for 4 minutes before I finally woke up, which is unusual. And also I had a moment last night where I was dreaming that I was somewhere else, not on the trail. And then I woke up and realized I was in my tent on the trail, and I had just a brief moment of, oh, a little bit disappointed about where I found myself, which was interesting because I've never really had that before. But I could definitely feel how the NorCal blues are gonna come on. Kind of in the middle part of all of this, where you realize, okay, we've been doing this a long time and we still have a long way to go. And it sort of turns into a job rather than a vacation, which I knew would happen. This is a hard thing that I am doing. It's not easy. It's not a walk in the park, despite the fact I am currently walking in a park. So yeah, all of that is normal and expected, but can definitely see how mentally it's going to be a bit challenging for a while. So here we go with the ups and the downs. So it turns out we did go swimming in Smedberg Lake at 7:30 in the morning because it was incredibly awesome with all of these rocks that just go super deep into the water, so you can cannonball right off the shore. And there's a lot of mosquitoes, but even so, totally worth it. It was amazing and lifted my spirits quite a lot. That really was a great swim, a great lake to swim in. The temperature was perfect. It was definitely cool enough to be brisk and refreshing, but not cold enough to actually hurt. And yeah, I jumped straight from a slab of granite into, I don't know, probably 10 feet of water. And before I jumped, I could see trout swimming around in there. So I jumped in and had the delightful opportunity to scream, "Surprise, fishes!" What I found a rubber boa, I think. And he's very chill. I can touch him. I mean, he's not super excited about it, but it's also cold, so he's not moving very fast. Okay, bye. So we're doing a 2,000-foot descent, and this is what passes for the trail. We're creeping along at like 1 mile an hour in order to not kill ourselves. It was quite difficult. And probably the true scale of that doesn't even show up on the video, but take my word for it. It's not fun. Well, the smoke is back a little bit, but it's still beautiful. This is a beautiful lake.
Yeah.
And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go swimming again! Because who cares about making miles, right? Right, half a mile later, this was swim number 3 because we just can't help ourselves. Worth it! So, I timed that swim, which, of course, when we say swim, we mostly mean dip. Very brief swim, but it was 12 minutes from packs off to packs on, which is not a lot of time, as Fugitive observed. Oh, sorry, muddy place here. Fugitive observed, sometimes it takes longer to poop. So it's not a huge chunk out of our day, and it turns the day from what could be a total grind fest to something that is enjoyable and memorable and fun. And I think it's really important to remember that we are out here to have fun. Yes, we have goals, both short-term goals of getting to Kennedy Meadows North by Monday, and long-term goals of getting to Canada by mid-September. But if you can take 12 minutes here and there to enjoy yourself just a little bit, it makes the whole process 10 times better. And really, increases your odds of actually completing the goal because you don't get mentally burned out. If you like granite, you will like Yosemite. That's for sure.
Another thing I know, yeah.
I've heard that there's a bunch of different varieties of lupins, and this is definitely, assuming it's a lupin, it kind of looks like a lupin, but quite different from the ones I'm familiar with. Huh. That tree has seen some things. Yep, this is a granite lover's paradise. This is pretty much the only views we get in the Yosemite section though. It's very canyon oriented. It's beautiful. Not quite the same as the previous section though.